Hello everyone and welcome back to channel No Cats. Today I'm going to prove why water is wet. So there's like lots of people telling that water is in fact not wet, but I believe that it is because the main point of these videos is that water is not wet because when something's wet, you can dry it and then it becomes not wet. Like if you have like a towel that has gotten wet and it dries, it will become not wet. But when you have water and it dries, it just becomes not water. So therefore, it's not wet. However, this is implying the fact that for something to be wet, it must also have a state in which it's not wet, uh, like water does not. But I believe that something that's wet does not necessarily need to have a state in which it's not wet, but instead need to have the power to make something else wet. Because if you have a wet towel and you touch the towel, you will feel that your finger is getting wet from the towel. And the same is if you put your finger in water, you will also get wet, which is why you originally would think that water is wet. So I think that water is wet because it's kind of like when you're trying to deliver a letter and you have the letter, then you send the letter, and a person receives the letter saying that water is not wet. It's kind of like saying that the letter is not a letter when it's being delivered because it is not in a place on its own. It's just being traveling. But it is, of course, still a letter, even though it's not, no one has it. It is still like a letter. So what I'm trying to say is that wetness is something that can be implied from one thing to another, and water can make other things wet, just like wet things can make even other things wet. Thanks for watching.